Mark Farner shares all the drama behind one of Grand Funk's biggest hits, Bad Time. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. This is part one of a 12-part series that we've got talking to two of the three members of that original Grand Funk. First, the guy who sang most of the hits, Mark Farner. He was also their guitarist. I remember being about 13 years old, first actually truly noticing the band Grand Funk, and Mark being up on stage with that really long hair, shirtless, commanding the stage like I've never seen before. And after we're finished with Mark, we've got an exclusive interview with the drummer that was with them way back when and is still with the band. Mark's not with the band anymore, Don Brewer. They were three rockers from Flint, Michigan, who would go on to have at least 6 gold and many more platinum albums. Some went multi-platinum. 9 top 40 hits, 4 in the top 10. They say write what you know, and when you consider some of rock's biggest songs are about something that would happen in someone's kitchen. For instance, Bad Time, a number 4 hit from 1975. Mark Farner says it comes from a true, very dramatic story.
Well, the song was inspired by actual life events. And my first wife, Sherry, who was in the kitchen in a rage, threatening to put a 12-inch cast iron skillet through my forehead, that was inspired. I was sitting in at the piano and I started playing these chords. Well, it was Bad Time. And I'm thinking, let her be somebody else's queen. I don't want to know about this stuff. And so I just started singing the way I felt. And evidently, a lot of other people were feeling the same way, Brother John, because in 1975, that song was played more than any other song, and I got a BMI award. It was the only, BMI award that I ever received, but it got more airplay than any other song in 1975. However, it didn't go to number 1. It only went to number 3, but it got played more than the one that went to number 1 because people were calling in and requesting it, dude.
There's been a lot of talk lately about farewell tours. A lot of our favorite rock stars are getting too old to do this. I think a lot more of us are not talking about that as much as the fact that we're losing a lot of rock stars. Mark Farner says he wants to do this as long as he can. He's not planning on retiring. He says as long as he can do it and the fans keep coming, he'll be there.
Yeah, as long as, and that's it, brother. I use that as the guidelines, that as long as it's sounding good. If I have to lower it down 4 keys or whatever it would be, I think then it starts suffering and people don't really get, the energy and what they came to get from that music. I know from my years of experience that people love to hear it as close to that record as you can possibly get it. And when you've done that, man, they love it. People they absolutely adore it. And I always have an autograph session after my performances, to where I can sign stuff for people and just, mingle with them a little bit. And they appreciate that so much, John, you can't even imagine. It's a great feeling, and that keeps me alive. So there's my workout for this year. I got to get in that autograph line and absorb energy from these loving people who are giving it freely and honestly.
Mark Farner will be 70 in September. He was 20 years old in 1968 when they were recording that first Grand Funk album, On Time, that would go on to be released the following year. He's lived a lot of life since then. I asked Mark Farner, what do you still want to do with your life?
I just want to get to know my grandkids better, to instate and reinstate and encourage the younger people in my tribe and the youngsters that come and to see the shows, to hang on to that hope of love and to go to that within ourselves. Don't be led astray by the other things that our eyes can get us in trouble with. And we're all really good people down inside, but we've been compromised by a lot of lying, and the people that control lamestream have been, in control of that. And I hate to even start talking about stuff like this because some people don't get it, and then they think, well, that guy, he's crazy. But I don't. I'm just hang here. I know where I'm going when I leave this body, and I know what I got to do while I'm still here, and that is to speak the words that I know are true, and let God be the one who determines if there's something to confirm, then confirm it. I don't try to call down lightning from the sky or heal somebody. I let the Spirit who is in me do that in the people that are around me. I'm looking for people that are ready for love, and they're ready for to serve love, and they're tired of the world beating their ass every day. But you don't have to have that. It's in our mind. We are the authors and the finishers of our faith, but we gotta know who we are, and you got to get rid of the debt consciousness in order to get there.
We'll have part 2 of our 12-part series on a great band from the 70s. You can't mention the 70s unless you mention Grand Funk. And if you didn't notice Grand Funk, you were living under a rock. Part 2 is coming up next Saturday. And remember, part of this series will also feature Don Brewer, the current and original drummer of Grand Funk. He's still in the band. That's coming up next Saturday. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.